and welcome to Siyasat TV. I'm Sumayya Junaid Ahmed bringing you the news. Here are the headlines.
COVID norms violated as huge crowds gather amid Tamil Nadu poll campaigning. Rahul Gandhi slams BJP for not paying tributes to farmers who died during protests. Surgical strike Mamata Banerjee to Arvind Kejriwal over centre's bill. What about Pulwama? Sena questions NIA probe into Ambani security scared. As COVID-19 cases rise, Telangana to decide on closure of schools. Telangana Common Entrance Test TS MCIT from 5th of July, registration from March 28th. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken urges China to convince North Korea to give up nuclear arms. Pakistan Army Chief says it's time to bury the past with India.
Let's begin with our top story. Large-scale violations of government-mandated coronavirus guidelines continue in Tamil Nadu ahead of the state election, even as authorities have directed political parties to ensure wearing of masks in public meetings and road shows.
On Thursday, only few people with masks were seen and crowds did not follow social distancing norms amid poll campaigning by Chief Minister Edappadi K. Palaniswamy in Delta region of the state, including Kuduvasal, Sirkhazi and Vidranayam. Similar visuals emerged from DMK Chief M.K. Stalin's road show in Thiruvallur and Pudukottai districts beside MNM Chief Kamal Hassan's public meeting in western Tamil Nadu in Tripura and Gobichettipalayam and TTV Dhanikaran's public outreach in Chennai's Velachery and on the outskirts. Only few days ago, authorities had made it precondition for political parties seeking permission for poll-related meetings to ensure wearing of masks by attendees.
Moving on to our next story, attacking the government for not paying tributes to farmers who died during their protests. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Thursday said his 2-minute silence in the memory of 300 men who sacrificed their lives is not acceptable to the BJP. He used the hashtag 300death at protest to highlight that 300 farmers have so far lost their lives in the farmers' agitation.
Mr. Gandhi said in a tweet in Hindi, "My 2-minute silence for the farmers who died during the agitation is not acceptable to the BJP. I will pay my tributes to the sacrifices of my farmers and laborers again and again. I am not afraid of those who fear my silence." Mr. Gandhi has been attacking the government over the handling of the farmers' agitation and pandemic, claiming many people lost their jobs during the lockdown.
Moving on, Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar, who is also Central Minister in charge of Assam elections for the BJP, has said he feels the ongoing protests against the 3 farm laws won't have any bearing on the poll-bound states. Mr. Tomar told the bills were bought by the BJP for the benefits of farmers and now the farmers are supporting the bill as they understand this will benefit them for a huge extent in the near future.
The Union Minister is campaigning extensively in Assam's rural belt. He called the Congress-led Mahagathbandhan or Grand Alliance in the state as Mahatugabandhan. The Congress has formed an alliance with AIUDF, BPF, CPI, CPIM, CPIMLA, Anchalek Jana Morcha, AGM, RJD and Jimochayam Deroi People's Party, JPP, for the state elections. The minister said in Assam the Congress has lost relevance.
Terming a bill brought by the centre to give overarching powers to Lieutenant Governor, a surgical strike on India's federal structure, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has written to her Delhi counterpart Arvind Kejriwal extending her support in the opposing it. In her letter, Mr. Kejriwal on Wednesday, Ms. Banerjee, who is also the Trinamool Congress chief, said she will write to non-BJP chief ministers in the political parties opposing the party to seek their support for him over the issue.
The Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021 was introduced in Lok Sabha by Union Minister of State Home G. Krishna Reddy on Monday. Ms. Banerjee said the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021, which the BJP government at the centre has introduced in the Lok Sabha, is a surgical strike on the federal structure of the Indian Republic as enshrined in the Constitution. Ms. Banerjee said she have commitments in the ongoing campaigning for assembly elections in Bengal. She would have personally come to Delhi to express her support and solidarity with Mr. Kejriwal.
The Supreme Court on Thursday said it would hear on 25th of March a fresh plea seeking immediate release of the detained Rohingya refugees in Jammu and restrain the centre from implementing any orders deporting them to Myanmar.
A bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde, which initially observed that there was no urgency, took note on the submissions of lawyer Prashant Bhushan that the detained Rohingya refugee may be reported to Myanmar, where the army has taken over and violence is taking place. Okay, then we will hear the Rohingya matter on Thursday, said the bench, which also comprises Justice A.S. Bopanna and V. Ram Subramaniam. On 11th of March, an interim plea was filed in pending plea seeking immediate release of detained Rohingya refugees in Jammu and restrain the centre from deporting them.
2 days after Parambir Singh was replaced as Mumbai Police Chief over handling of the Mukesh Ambani security scare, Maharashtra's ruling Shiv Sena has raised questions on the National Investigation Agency's probe and the arrest of police officer Sachin Waze.
The editor of Sena mouthpiece Samna said the motive behind this will soon come out. There is no link of any terror in the case, but the NIA has butted into investigation this crime. What is going on? The NIA investigates terror incidents across the country, but we want to know that agency investigating gelatin sticks has found in connection with Uri attack, the Pathankot attack and the Pulwama attack. What truth have they uncovered? How many criminals have they arrested? This is also a matter of suspense. The case involves a Scorpio SUV with a gelatin stick found abandoned near Reliance Chairman Mukesh Ambani's Mumbai's home Antilia last month.
Amid uproar over Uttarakhand Chief Minister Tirath Singh Rawat's ripped jeans remarks, his wife defended his statement today, saying his words were not being presented in full context. In a statement through a video, Rashmi Tyagi said that the entire context in which he made the comment is not being described.
Ms. Rashmi said Tirath Singh Rawat said that women's participation is unprecedented in building the society and the country. It is the responsibility of women of our country to save our cultural heritage, save our identity, save our customs. At the event on Tuesday, Mr. Rawat criticized women for wearing ripped jeans and wondered what values they will impart to their children, triggering a protest from opposition parties.
Amid a worrying surge in the coronavirus cases, India recorded yet another spike of nearly 40,000 fresh infections in the last 24 hours, highest daily rise since 29th of November, as government warns against protocol violations and authorities prepare for a second COVID wave. 39,726 new cases took India COVID-19 tally to 1,15,14,331. 154 deaths in the last 24 hours took the total number of fatalities to 1,59,370. Government data shows Maharashtra, Punjab, Kerala, Karnataka and Gujarat are the 5 states that have recorded the highest single-day surge since yesterday. Telangana have recorded 330 new COVID-19 cases and 2 fatalities. Let us shift our focus to Telangana, where Chief Minister of Telangana on Wednesday said that the state government is analyzing the COVID-19 situation at the moment and will decide the next 2 or 3 days on the schools. Classes in offline mode have resumed in schools and colleges in Telangana for students from class 6 to 12 in February. The Telangana government would take a decision on schools as a large number of coronavirus cases have been reported in educational institutions in the state.
The state government will assess the situation and decide whether to keep schools open or go online classes again. Making a statement in the assembly on Wednesday, the Chief Minister said the COVID-19 cases have started showing a rise again, whether to continue accommodating them or what to do in another 2-3 days. I will also give a statement in the assembly if possible. We cannot let our children suffer, so we have to follow some policy. Mr. Rao added all efforts were being made by the state and health department to check the spread of the virus, and the state chief secretary was also alerted.
All-right, Governor Dr. Tamisai Soundararajan on Thursday expressed concerns over the high rate of vaccine wastage and spurt in COVID-19 cases in the state. She directed Raj Bhavan officials to get report from the health department on vaccine wastage, in which Telangana topped the country, about the increase in cases in schools and hostels beside measures taken to contain the spread. She said large number of students testing positive concerns me.
The governor was reviewing the development in the state with Raj Bhavan officials through video conference from Raj Niwas, Puducherry, where she is holding an additional charge as Lieutenant Governor. Dr. Soundararajan advised people to strictly adhere to the COVID-19 preventive norms to contain the pandemic. She added, after taking the vaccine also we need to adhere to the preventive norms so as to prevent the spread of the virus.
Well, registration for the Telangana Engineering, Agriculture and Medical Common Entrance Test TS-EAMCET 2021 will begin on 20th of March, which is tomorrow. Registration forms will be available on the official website, which is emcet.tsche.ac.in. TS-EAMCET 2021 will be held as computer-based test. Registration fees for TS-EAMCET 2021 Engineering, Agriculture and Medical papers is Rs 800.
Candidates have the option to appear for engineering or agriculture and medical papers or both. Those who want to write both the papers will have to pay Rs 1,600 as registration fee. The online application window will be open till 18th of May and the application form correction window will be activated between 19th and 25th of May. However, candidates will be allowed to submit forms up to 28th of June on payment of a late fee. Telangana EAMCET 2021 for agriculture and medical stream is scheduled for 5th and 6th of July. The entrance exam for engineering aspirants will be held from 7th to 9th of July. Exams will be held in two shifts from 9 am to 12 pm and from 3 pm to 6 pm.
3 women were killed and 7 others were injured after Tufan vehicle rammed into an auto rickshaw in Hyderabad Bhopal Patnam road, that is National Highway 163. The 7 injured women were shifted to nearby hospital for treatment. The incident took place at Neerukulla when victims were heading towards Warangal from Mulugu.
The speeding Tufan hit two auto rickshaw resulting in the accident. The deceased were identified as 65-year-old Samba Lakshmi, 55-year-old Palakurti and 50-year-old Mehboobi. The bodies were sent to Warangal Hospital for autopsy. It is learned that there were 19 persons in the auto rickshaw along with the driver. All are the daily wage workers who were going to Rangapuram village for harvesting mirchi crop. The police registered a case and launched an investigation.
A police constable officer of the Bahadurpura police station was booked for drunk driving and creating nuisance on the road apart from arguing with the police at Vanasthalipuram on Friday.
The constable, identified as 27-year-old R. Arun, a resident of Malakpet, had gone a long drive towards the Deer Park in Vanasthalipuram, where he entered into argument with few transgenders person in what is said to be an incident of road rage. On receiving information, the patrol mobile car of Vanasthalipuram reached the spot and Arun allegedly argued with them in an inebriated condition. He was sent to the traffic police station, Vanasthalipuram, for a breath analyzer test where he was found to be drunk. The Vanasthalipuram police have booked a case under this section of the IPC and the Motor Vehicle Act and taken up investigation.
Moving on to our international news, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has urged China to use its tremendous influence to convince North Korea to give up its nuclear weapon, adding that Washington was considering both pressures and diplomatic options for dealing with Pyongyang.
Blinken was speaking at the end of high-profile security talks in the South Korea capital Seoul on Thursday, hours after a senior North Korean diplomat rejected any negotiation until US changed its hostile policies. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, as well as South Korea's Minister of Foreign Affairs Chung Eui-yong and Minister of Defense Soo Wook participated in the security talks in Seoul. The so-called 2+2 meeting, the first of its kind in 5 years, is part of United States President Joe Biden's push to restore Washington alliance in Asia in the face of growing challenges from China and North Korea.
And according to an internal draft memo, the Biden administration is crafting a plan amid a resetting US ties with Palestinians, which all but collapsed under former President Donald Trump.
Two people familiar with the State Department document, which was first reported by the United Arab Emirates-based newspaper The National, said it was still in early working stage but could eventually form the basis of rolling back of Trump's approach that Palestinians denounce as heavily biased in favor of Israel. Since President Joe Biden took office on January 20th, his aides have said that they intend to repair relations with the Palestinians. His administration has pledged to resume hundreds of millions of dollars in economic and humanitarian assistance and work toward reopening the Palestinians' diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C.
Pakistan powerful army chief has called on arch rivals India and Pakistan to bury the past and move towards cooperation, and overture towards New Delhi that follows an unexpected joint ceasefire announcement last month between two countries' militaries.
General Qamar Javed Bajwa stressed, however, that the burden was on India to create a conducive environment and said United States has a role to play in ending regional conflict. Unsettled disputes between the two South Asian nuclear rivals are dragging this region back to the swamp of poverty and underdevelopment, said Bajwa at the conference met to highlight the Pakistani government's new security policies. There was no immediate comment from India.
Before we wrap up our bulletin, let's have a look on our headlines.
COVID norms violated as huge crowds gather amid Tamil Nadu poll campaigning. Rahul Gandhi slams BJP for not paying tributes to farmers who died during protests. Surgical strike, Mamta Banerjee to Arvind Kejriwal over centre's bill. What about Pulwama? Sena questions NIA probe into Ambani security scared. As COVID-19 cases rise, Telangana to decide on closure of schools. Telangana Common Entrance Test TS MCET from 5th of July, registration from March 28th. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken urges China to convince North Korea to give up nuclear arms. Pakistan Army Chief says it's time to bury the past with India.
These were all the updates. More news on the other side. Thank you for your time. For more news, stay tuned to Siyasat TV.